Hi, let's see how we can solve a few more challenges on the HackerRank. Very simple challenges, difficulty level easy. The first one is called staircase. We have n, a simple number as input, and we need to build a staircase like this. So each line number of hashes grows. We start with 1 and go to n eventually. And there are spaces at the beginning. So the solution in the C# can be like this. So I use a string builder. I build a string of n spaces. So first of all I do that, and then each iteration I remove space from the beginning and add hash to the end, and then print this to the console. So each iteration I remove space at the beginning and add hash to the end, and do this all the time. And that's it. And test cases are happy. The next challenge is called Minimax sum. We have an array of 5 elements and we need to find the minimum sum possible of any of 4 elements and the maximum sum possible of any of 4 elements. And then print that as a result. Minimum space maximum. So to solve that, we can find the sum of all of the elements and subtract maximum value from that sum and then subtract minimum value from that sum. So very simple implementation in C#. Let's see. C# has those functions and we can just do like this. So a small trick here, we need to check the condition, the constraints. So an element can be quite big, up to 1 billion, and we need to remember that int 32 is around maximum value is around 2 billions. So we can have up to 4 elements as a sum. That means 2 billions can be exceeded and we need to take care of it. So actually if we don't cast too long here, some of the tests fail. So that's quite important here. So if we do that, all tests pass. The next challenge is called birthday cake candles. We have an array, and what we need to do is basically find the maximum value in that array and find how many times this maximum value occurs. So in this example, 4 is the maximum, it occurs 2 times, we need to return 2. In this example, 3 is the maximum value, it occurs 2 times, we need to return 2. There are some constraints that are actually not important. So it can be solved quite easy, straightforward. We just need to find in C# like candles.max and then just candles.sum where x equals to max value. So just 2 lines code. Just for fun, I just wrote a for each loop and using dictionary. So I actually calculate how many times each of the element occurs and just keep a record of the maximum element and then just return how many times it occurs. Very simple logic. And all tests passed. The next challenge is called time conversion. And we need to convert a 12-hour AM PM format to military 24-hour time. There are a few examples like this. 7 PM should be converted to 19 and 12 AM should be converted to 0 and 12 PM to just 12. Okay, let's see how we can do this. So first of all, if string ends with PM, we just remember that it ends with PM. It's Boolean, it ends with PM. We will use that later to add 12 hours to the hours. So then we remove those 2 characters from the end of the string. I do it like this because we know that there are exactly 8 characters in this line. So then we split the array, the string by column to get hours, minutes, and seconds. And there is important string here in at line 33. So if hours equals to 12, we change hours to 0. It's important both for AM and PM. If we don't do that, some test will fail. So we do that because 12 is not valid for military format. If it's 12 a.m. it should be 0. If it's 12 p.m. it should not be 24. It should be 0 again. Sorry, it should be 12. So we just replace that with 0, and then next line if PM we just add 12 hours, and that's it. And we print a string like this having our values, and it works. And the last challenge, called grading students. There is a professor that likes to round grades, and there is a description how he rounds grades. So if the value of grade is less than 38, no rounding occurs. And if the difference between the grade and the next multiple of 5 is less than 3, round grade up to the next multiple of 5. So it should be rounded to the next multiple of 5 only if the difference of the grade and the next multiple of 5 is less than 3. Let's go to the solution. So we have array as an input, and I return the same array actually. And I modify elements of this in this array. So I go through each element of the array. If element is less than 38, I just skip and go to the next element. So if element is 38 or more, I take the last digit of that number of the grade and check it. If it's 8 or 3, I just add 2 to the grade, because to get to the next multiple of 5, we need to add 2 in this case. In case of 9 or 4, we need to add just 1. And that's it, and all the tests passed. Thanks for watching.